This is a quick play test of Ark Survival Evolved running the AO Neo Pro Dark Star, which I am currently running on the Genesis Part 2 DLC, just flying around because I'm trying to demonstrate the frame rate. This is, of course, running on the lowest settings on the balanced game mode. Let's actually go to the fullest power. Let's not run balance for this. Okay. I like how that just sits there for a minute. Alright, so going full power, it's running actually pretty good, 60 frames. This is, of course, on the lowest possible settings. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like on higher settings. A little stutter there. It does lag a little bit for running actually that high frame rate. Wow, this is just sliding endlessly. I was actually just going to wait till he stopped, but he apparently has decided he's never stopping. Nice, nice, nice. This is definitely not a touchscreen friendly game. It's so tiny in the menu. Let's go to a higher setting. I was actually playing this the other day quite a bit, so I'm a little more familiar with how it feels. Oh boy. Though that's going to be fun because the actual apply button is nicely hidden behind my frame rate. Did that actually... I don't think that applied, did it? Nope, that did not. I'm going to have to actually put epic, and then going to have to more or less guess where it is. I think that's right. We're going to guess a few times. Actually, let's just... There we go. Move this to the bottom corner for the rest of the video. There we go. As you can see, the touchscreen does work. It's just these like buttons are ridiculously tiny because Ark has so many options, which I am not complaining about. I quite enjoy it. Yeah, you can see it immediately dropped to 20 frames, 17 frames. If you load in a really big base, it would just be absolutely horrible. You would be frozen for a while, which I was hoping to demonstrate, but like a crazy person, I built on the toppest mount, or the highest peak on this entire freaking map, which will take a while. I might try to make my way up there, but that's gonna take a while. Wow, 13 frames. It's actually impressive how smooth this runs, considering how horrid that frame rate is. Like, that is absolutely not playable. Oh, 22. But, of course, I'm also running around making it load lots of assets, so it would be, I guess, halfway playable if you're okay with, like, mid-20s frame rate. I wish I knew. I need to actually read the documentation why my little jump pads aren't working correctly in S+. But I think, if I remember right, I used to be able to do this just fine on one of these little flying squirrels. But it's just been a while. This base, of course, isn't very big, because this isn't the main map I play, though I might be doing more videos of this, because this is definitely one of my favorite games. I only have a few thousand hours in it. It's my little flying squirrel here. Okay, we might be ditching him for a minute. Just to demonstrate this. I like the awkwardness of just the... ever awkwardness of the jump button being A and needing to press a joystick. You can see my interesting jump pads, which usually I'm a little better at it, but I'm not used to Ark on a controller. So I am missing those jumps horribly on that guy. But I'm used to flying him on this lap because it's so much faster. But I just wanted to demonstrate a little bit. Actually, you see when I got a little further away from everything, the frame rate went up to like 30. If I was hanging around an area without very many creatures, this actually wouldn't be that bad. Like, I was expecting, I just realized how tiny this base is. But I was also building in the most awkward position ever, totally abusing the S+ stuff. These like name flags, I need to look up how you actually get rid of them with a controller, but I've been cheating and doing that, but then it gets rid of my entire HUD. But, yeah. Let's see. Let's get something a little faster. I am running with the, of course, I'm running a private server, and I have classic flyers, so my birds are a little bit faster than normal. We're gonna go with, I think this dude's like not horrible speed-wise, maybe. Okay, he's not bad. Fly with him for a second and go down a little ways. See the frame rate immediately dropping. So let's go ahead and try a couple other frame rates, because Ark actually is one of the better one of the better options as far as what it looks like graphically. There's a lot of customization. So high and, let's just apply that. High and ultra or epic in Ark are actually really nearly indistinguishable. Like, it would be a challenge to actually notice that much of a difference. But you can see it does offer a pretty good frame rate difference so far. T-Rex there. See, it's really not that unplayable at this frame rate, though I will say that it's definitely not the most pleasant experience necessarily. But I would say Ark really handles it well. It's very smooth feeling for being 20 frames per second, which is kind of surprising, honestly. I wasn't expecting it to run that well, but I imagine your battery won't last long when you're running at this setting. Let's go to medium real quick. Let's see what medium's like. 24 frames? It's not bad, actually. Like, I would be really okay with this. Medium and high look a little bit more different, but it's definitely fine. I wouldn't say that anyone would complain about running on medium on this game. And if I keep over 20 frames, I don't know. I could see playing that, but what does this look like on like a different setting? Let's go to like 15. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. If I'm sticking around the same frame rate, I mean, that's cool. Actually, am I getting better frames? What is with the AO Neo getting better frames on lower power settings? Let's try this again with the higher settings. Let's go back to high for a minute. Let's go back to high for a second. I want to see what this looks like. AO just really likes that mid-range for some reason. Okay. This one's a little more rough. Okay, so on the highest settings, it seems to go better with a higher TPM, but on the medium, it seems to do better with the mid-range. Let's go back to low for a second and demonstrate this a little bit better. Like I said, when more assets load in and more things load in, it definitely affected the frame rate, because if I fly really high up, you can immediately see the frame rate improving. And what did my map out? Yeah. I'm like not flying up nearly high enough, but I did get a little bit of boost. As you can see on the graph, go way down here. I'm just checking, just verifying the settings here, the lowest. So let's go back over to the high TPM. Use the high power consumption. Come on. It's gonna bounce up in a second. At least I assumed it would. I was running a lot better earlier. I will say this is one of the few times I've actually thought the AO was getting kind of hot. It's not uncomfortable by any means, but I hear the fans going full speed this entire time I'm doing this test. Like, it has not stopped once. Like, so let's out of curiosity, let's see what power saving looks like. If I was wanting to play this longer at the cost of frames. Yeah, you really have to burn power in this one. This would definitely be one of those titles that you get the minimum hour, like, playtime on the device, because there's no way you're going to get a good playtime with that much. Wait, was that turkey? Am I doing the Thanksgiving thing? Where did that dodo go? I swear I saw a dodo with a red haired, with a colorful dodo. Oh well. Yeah, definitely not too bad though. I would say this is one of the titles that doesn't run as well, but Ark doesn't run very well on most things. And being an integrated graphics device, small form factor, I'd say it doesn't run that bad. I imagine the Switch version of Ark only gets 30 frames, so I'd have to actually look that up, but I imagine it's not too much better, and I doubt it looks this as good, like this amazing. I say that as I look at the most unrendered texture ever. But you can see when you get to a little like more calm place, the frame rate definitely recovers. I might end up doing more tests later on, so feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos, as I imagine this will not be the last of the AO Pro testing I will be doing. But I think that about wraps it up here with my green blade guy seeing you off.